Brand new information is out about the new shiny hunting method, perhaps one of my favorite of all time. Let's break it down.
Butterfree, go!
Yo, whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. Bringing you guys a brand new video today, and today we're breaking down the brand new shiny hunting method for the Sword and Shield Crown Tundra. Now, I did make a video about this yesterday, but some new information has come out. I've gotten a chance to play the new Dynomax Adventures pretty extensively, and we have the exact shiny rates of how this is going to break down so you know your best chances on how to get a shiny through the new Dynomax Adventures. If you guys enjoy this type of video, be sure to hit that like button down below. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Get those notifications turned on. YouTube tells me about 50% of you guys are actually not subscribed, so let's make sure we change that today. I do apologize. I'm a little bit sick. I'm losing my voice. I don't have COVID, by the way. I did get tested. And I'm at my secondary setup, which is why things are a little bit different, because we're in the middle of an 82-hour charity marathon on my main computer in my normal office. So kind of bear with me on that. But overnight, we have some crazy critical information making the Dynomax Adventures one of the most efficient and best shiny hunting methods of all time. Now, when I first took to Twitter after the Crown Tundra dropped, I saw that a lot of people were finding shiny legendaries. They were finding a ton of different shinies throughout the raid adventures, and it was very clear that this was a new shiny hunting method just based on the results that we had seen. But it wasn't clear on what the exact odds were, but we knew that they were probably pretty good. And in the past, we've seen odds as high as 1 in 512. We've even seen wormhole odds, which can get up to like 1 in 30 or 1 in 25 at various points throughout the wormhole adventures, but it's obviously a pretty extensive journey to go through those wormholes to ultimately be able to get something really cool. So with the Dynomax Adventures, we do finally have the exact odds, and this proves to be one of the best and most efficient shiny hunting methods of all time. I'm going to recap how the method works at the second half of this video, but I want to get you guys the information first. So what we know now is that the odds are 1 in 300 without the shiny charm, and 1 in 100 with the shiny charm. Now, this has been confirmed through data mining. So every time you capture a Pokemon through Dynomax Adventures, if you have the shiny charm, you have a 1 in 100 chance that that is shiny. So when you get to the final menu of the Dynomax Adventures and it says which one of these 4 Pokemon would you like to keep in your party, you have essentially a 1 in 25 chance that one of those Pokemon are shiny. That's actually insane. A 1 in 25 chance. Now, some may say this method is broken, and that's pretty unfair and pretty dumb because you're going to get shiny so fast. But the reality of it is, going through all those raids and going through the Dynomax Adventure, it's actually, one, engaging, fun. There's a bit of a challenge to it. There's been a couple times where we failed because we didn't pick up the right Pokemon. But ultimately, it does take some time. So the fact that that rate is so low, I think kind of compensates for the time that goes into it. And I actually find this to be a pretty fun and unique shiny hunting method. I'm the first to bash, Game Freak and Nintendo if I feel like they drop the ball or do something wrong, but I'm actually a huge fan of this. I actually think this is actually super duper cool. So let me explain to you guys who maybe missed the video yesterday or maybe are a little unaware of how this is all going to work. So you're going to head to the max raid adventures, which are going to be in Pokemon Crown Tundra. And this method, like I said, is very simple to execute. You can actually access this right at the beginning of the game. You head here on the map and you're going to talk to this lady. It doesn't really matter what's in your party or anything because you can always get anything you want. So you get started on the Dynomax Adventure and then you can actually save up to 3 slots here. So here's the key. If you find a legendary that you want to shiny hunt, like in my case, I'm hunting for Lunala. If I want to get a shiny Lunala, I save it here. After the battle, she'll ask me about it and I can just leave it here. So I'm going to choose Lunala again, and Lunala can be shiny. So this is the first time we've been able to shiny hunt Lunala in the games because previously we had to, you had to get it through a mystery gift or whatever. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get a party of people. I do recommend setting a link code at the screen so you can get your friends to join and things like that. But in the meantime, you're not going to be able to do that. So what we're going to do is go through the Dynomax Adventure, and the key is that you're going to catch a Pokemon every single time. Every round of the Dynomax Adventure, you want to catch that Pokemon. No matter what it is, just throw a regular Pokeball at it. Everything is 100% capture rate. So you really don't have to stress about anything. You can legitimately just catch a Pokemon every single time and you'll be in good shape. So here we have our first preview of this Dynomax Adventure. And again, you want to be strategic about it. I know we're doing Lunala, so to me, that makes me want to go for certain Pokemon. A lot of people don't realize you can actually move the right joystick to see what Pokemon you have. This is a pretty bad adventure for us because we don't really have anything that's going to be good against Lunala. So I'm thinking we're going to go down the left side path here and go this Ghost route, which gives us Alolan Marowak, which is probably a pretty strong Pokemon for us. So that'll help out our team. So I'm going to battle this Alolan Marowak very simply here. And when I'm done battling this Alolan Marowak, we're going to catch it with a Pokeball. Or whatever you want, doesn't matter. I want to make a note that if you use a Pokeball like a rare Pokeball, and you do not keep that Pokemon, you do not get that ball back, just so you guys know. So if you find a legendary, you try to capture it, you're not gonna get that ball back if you don't keep the legendary. So that's just something to know. But I'm gonna take down this this Marowak, and I'll see you after that. All right, so we were able to beat this Marowak pretty easily, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna catch it. And again, I'm just gonna use regular Pokeballs. I feel like they're the most efficient for this. That way you're not spending a ton of money on trying to capture all the Pokemon. But again, make sure you catch everything. Catch the entire thing, because every time it's a 1 in 25 chance, actually rather, I'm sorry, a 1 in 100 chance with a Shiny Charm that this is gonna be shiny, which means at the end I'll have a 1 in 25 chance to get a shiny. So this is a 1 in 100 chance that it's shiny, and it will never show shiny on the screen until at the end. So no matter what, like, that thing's not gonna be shiny. So I'm gonna keep what I have and actually let someone else take the Marowak, because the rest of the team is worse than I am. But and then now we're gonna decide where we want to go next. And again, we're gonna choose the path that's gonna make the most sense for this. Actually, Malamar's really strong, so hopefully I get to choose. Yeah. So Malamar's really good here for the sense that we are taking on Lunala. So hopefully we can swap out like our Marshtomp with that. So again, I'm gonna battle the Cryogonal or the Malamar. We're gonna beat it. We're gonna catch it. And we're gonna go to the next round. All right, super easy. Beat the Malamar, no problem. Just gonna chuck a Pokeball at it again. Now, obviously, like, if this ends up being shiny, it's gonna be in a Pokeball, which is, you know, whatever. I don't think it's that big of a deal. For the Legendaries, you can obviously try different things, but it's 100% capture rate the entire Dynomax Adventure, so it's not anything you have to, like, stress about. So I'm just using the most easy things, and my Pokeballs won't look that great. But again, we're talking about repetition here, right? We're doing a lot of raids to be able to get these shinies. So that one's good, and we'll see if the team wants to take it. I'm thinking that I'm actually going to take the Malamar just because the team's not terrible and I'm pretty low health. So that's another thing you can kind of strategize is like look at your health and realize like, okay, how much health do I have and where am I kind of at with that? I think there's a Flareon, which isn't terrible, so I guess we'll go that route. All right, so easy catch here. Again, just chuck a Pokeball, catch it. And now I've got 3 Pokemon that I've captured, not including the Lunala at the end, that have a high chance to be shiny. So at this point, again, every one of these that we capture has a 1 in 100 chance because we have the Shiny Charm. Without it, it's 1 in 300, which is still really good. But having the Shiny Charm is really clutch. One thing I also want to mention is if I were to get a shiny, let's say like I'm playing with my friends, if I get a shiny, my friends will not get a shiny too. Like it's completely random. So you just never know what you're gonna end up with, and just because one person gets it doesn't mean another will. And also the labeling at the end of the den can be different. Like sometimes it'll say Ghost for Lunala, sometimes it'll say Psychic. And the other thing I want to mention is every Pokemon found in Dynomax Adventures is a star shiny. So as of this moment, it seems through data mining, there's actually no way to obtain a square shiny Pokemon through this event. So that's basically how it's going to shake down for us. I'm going to take down this Lunala. It shouldn't be too bad. I can actually Dynamax, which is clutch, and I'll just go for max dark moves. And that should hopefully seal the deal for us. We did lose 2 Pokemon throughout this, the Cryogonal, of course. But there is some strategy to this. It's not, you know, a super easy cakewalk. I mean, I lost to Dialga a couple times yesterday simply because we didn't have the right Pokemon equipped. So I think this could actually be a lot of fun to play with friends. It's not super hard, but there is some strategy involved, and you really want to kind of pinpoint what den you're in and what you can do to kind of have the super effective type, you know, kind of working for you. That way you ultimately don't fail, because it is a shiny chance every single time. Like, I don't know why we're going out here using Swift. Oh, he used Swift against us. Okay, well, that makes sense. All right, so Lunala goes down pretty easy. I've been catching mine in Premier Balls just because, like, I've been using Pokeballs for the regular stuff and then just chucking a Premier Ball for the rare stuff, for the Legendaries. But obviously, you can use whatever you want. Just again, a reminder, like, if I chuck the Pokeball here and I do not keep the Lunala, I lose the Pokeball, right? Every time you throw it, you lose it. You don't get to keep it. So even if you don't keep the Pokemon, right? So we know we're gonna catch it, it's no problem. Everything's 100% capture rate, easy peasy, right? So that's gonna go in. And then on the next screen, we're gonna have an opportunity to choose a Pokemon. Now this is like Hordes. You could get more than one Pokemon here, right? I have essentially a 1 in 25 chance that something is shiny, but a 1 in 100 chance that each one of these is shiny. You could, in theory, get more than one shiny. So let's find out what our results are. There's Marowak, which I don't believe is shiny, but I'm probably gonna double check it because that one's a really interesting one. Flareon, and then Lunala. So no shiny for me. You can actually check their summary if you're unsure about the color palette of a Pokemon, just to see if it's shiny. This one is not. You can see their stats and everything like that. But here's the thing. So you could keep something, but if you keep Lunala, you cannot get a shiny Lunala again, or a Lunala again in general, right? So I'm not going to keep Lunala. In fact, I'm not going to keep anything. But if I wanted to keep something, I could. But if you keep the Legendary, you cannot catch that Legendary again. You can find the Legendary again, but you cannot keep the Legendary again. So that's just a friendly reminder there, so don't mess that up. And then when you're done with the raid adventure, it's gonna save. That's how you can't do it again. And then it's like, do you wanna keep the record of Lunala? And you're gonna press yes. And then it's gonna make it so Lunala is there. Fun tip, if you accidentally spam B at that question for Lunala, or whatever the legendary is, if you accidentally say no, but you still want it, you can just reset your game and it'll still be there. I made that mistake yesterday. So that's the gist for this new shiny hunting method. I know I've made 2 videos on it, but we got some more information about the exact shiny odds, and I wanted to go step by step and show you guys exactly how it's done. I hope you guys have some amazing luck. Let me know in the comment section below what shinies you found today, and you're welcome to tune in to me on the 82-hour live stream marathon on twitch.tv/aDrive, as I'm going to be grinding out this Dynomax method shiny hunting probably all day. I'm really excited to try to get my first shiny, and I really want to get shiny Lunala. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace. If you enjoyed this video, you should definitely check out this one right here. Otherwise, this video is pretty awesome. Check out both, and your Nintendo Switch is going to lose its save file.